and once again welcome back to my channel Server Gyan. My name is Dr. Lokendra Singh, and today we are going to discuss about how to add projects to your resume. What are the details which can be added to your profile in order to show your work, and how you can highlight your work, whatever you have done so far, how you can highlight that. So this is the particular very important topic which we are going to discuss today. So this will help you not only to get your resume shortlisted, but definitely if you write these sort of things onto your resume, then definitely it will help you out in order to define that yes, you have been working. Okay. So the very first project, how do we define that? So first of all, like we have to define like environment. So which profile you are going to discuss about? Like it is going to be AWS environment, it is going to be cloud, it is going to be Google Cloud or what? So environment you have to define here. Then after your position, let us say that you were working that moment maybe as a team lead, maybe as a senior server engineer or whatever. So you will define your profile. After that, you will have to define here the particular company, which company you were working with that moment when you perform these sort of tasks. So you will define that. If the company is not well known organization, so in that case what you are going to do, you will have to define about like one or two lines about the company. You will have to define, let us say Servergyan is a service based technology consulting company with 1000 plus employee working with multiple clients, right? Then after, what you did within that organization, so AWS setup and architecture. So what were the tasks which you were involved in? You will define like evaluating and suggesting the best solution for infrastructure creation. This is the first task which you did. Then after, created architecture and created the cloud formation template for easy deployment. So if you are going to define these sort of things like cloud formation template and other components here, then definitely you should be knowing the particular part. They can ask you like, what were the component you defined here? How do you declare the particular dependencies? These sort of things they can ask during interview, right? So whatever you type in here, whatever you write here within your resume, so that should be very clear to you. You should have a good understanding of that particular part, right? Provide infrastructure solution to multiple clients with billing details, storage component, and troubleshooting. So these sort of things you can write on your resume, but when you talk about billing details, so a person can ask like, how do you calculate billing? So based on the particular requirement of the client, you will decide that how many servers will be there, what is going to be storage size. Based on the particular calculation, you can suggest the billing to client. Before deploying the services, you will have to calculate the billing, right? So this sort of thing you can define on your resume. Then after, deployed AWS Elastic Load Balancer and configured SSL certificate for multiple domains and HA. What does it mean? That you can define that either you were working for individual clients and you created infrastructure for them, or you were working with a shared hosting service. It means wherein you had your own infrastructure on AWS and you hosted like web server for multiple customers. So every single domain will work with its own SSL certificate. So you can declare here that you managed multiple domains with a single load balancer and you configured SSL certificate for that, right? Then after, set up AWS VPC environment. So when it comes to VPC environment, so you should be very clear with CIDR values like internet gateway, net gateway, and what are other components. Maybe it could be your VPC endpoint, right? Then after, what are the like VPC peering? How many VPC peering you will have to create in order to connect 5 VPC? So these sort of things you should know, right? Designed effective backup policy based on the company requirement. So if someone is going to ask that what is the backup policy you have, so backup policies are designed and these are especially organized based on individual companies requirement. We cannot have a like a baseline that this is how we take backup, this is how like for these many days we take backup. So this is how we decide, like this will be based on the company requirement. Improve performance of infrastructure based on the client feedback. If your client is going to say that this particular component is not working well, so you will analyze that why the performance is going slow. What can be done here based on the client suggestion? You will be responsible for implementing things, improving things, right? Complied with software deployment with the CI/CD. These are like CI/CD pipeline you should be knowing about. So if you are going to write down here CI/CD pipeline, so you should be knowing whether the CI/CD pipeline was created with the help of Jenkins, whether it was created with Circle CI, or you used here maybe GitLab runner, right? So whatever component you type in here, you should be having good hands-on. Then after, apart from this AWS structure, AWS setup and architecture, you can define your user authentication and access management. So maybe you can define here SSO with LDAP architecture and other component you can define here. Implementing IAM rules, IAM users, another component you can define here. Now stakeholder management. See, let's say whenever we are going to work with like client services, we are serving to clients. So client has always to be on the top. We have to feel that the particular primary responsibility which client is going to assign us, that is the primary work for us. So you can define it like you collaborated with on-site and off-site development team for delivery partners to DevOps to develop quality, test and deployment. Fine. Coordinate with team of 10 developers. You can define the number based on your own experience. Like if you are only 2 to 3 years of experience, so you can define your 10, 20, 40, 50 based on the company size, right? Implementing CI/CD from beginning of the project, right? So let us say if you are working with on a project which is getting developed from scratch, so you can define this sort of like terminology. So obviously a person who is taking your interview and who is going through this sort of component, so the person will get an overview and an idea about that you have already worked with a project which was getting developed from scratch. So you have end-to-end knowledge of the particular terminology, technology. Worked with QA and Dev team to optimize the queries by creation different environment like Dev, QA, SIT, UAT, etc. So you should be having understanding about what is Dev environment, what is quality assurance, what is system integration test, what is UAT. So you should be knowing the difference between SIT and UAT as well. Like SIT is used for like operation team, and UAT environment is used for business, or maybe you can call that like operation team, right? Who are into business operation. So this sort of environment you should be knowing about. Like a person can ask you, when we have UAT environment, then why do we need to have SIT? So in case that UAT, it means user acceptance test is going on and you want to run some tests, so either you will be waiting for the time when they will release this infrastructure, or you or let us say you are going to run the environment, you are going to run your load test, maybe stress test here on this environment. So this particular team will have to wait. So that is why like we prefer to have a separate environment, and this environment is usually used on demand if we are working on cloud environment, right? So we will create this infrastructure then only when it is required. Otherwise, once the testing is completed, we will stop this environment. Then after, let us say we have another project like environment AWS on-prem data center. So you might have worked on a project where you were working on AWS like solution, like you were working like earlier you were working here as AWS solution architect. Now you are working as solution architect. Last company name you will define. This is a project-based e-commerce organization dealing in ABC country. So wherever it is dealing in, how much traffic does it have, and if it is really like a point to mention, then definitely you can define that n number of users are always there. Fine. So you can define this sort of information here. So how what you are going to define? Keep this thing in mind, the thing which you have already like mentioned within previous organization. So do not repeat, because every time if you are going to repeat, so that does not look good. You have to write down something different. So like diverse and created highly available, scalable and fault tolerant infrastructure systems on AWS. Written like earlier we did not mention automation, but right now we are going to like implemented automated solution on AWS cloud with Jenkins pipeline and CloudFormation. So right now automation is additionally added on here, right? Designed, managed and maintained tools to reduce from time from 5 to 2 hours for deployment and test, right? It means you are telling here that you have reduced the time from 5 to 2 hours. It means there is a huge amount of time which you have reduced. Apart from that, you can define here that how much cost we have brought down. So this sort of information you can put in here, like new tools implemented. If you want to say that there are a couple of tools which you have worked with, and using those tools, it helped you out in order to optimize things. So you can define here like started using Jenkins for CI/CD and code quality testing, right? Introduced Ansible for configuration management and other daily admin task management. Set up for ELK, centralized log management, and APM, it means application performance monitoring. Provided independent development environment to developers with Docker container. So it means this particular last line is going to say that you have good hands on container as well, right? So this is how you can add maybe 2 or maybe 3 or maybe the number of companies you have worked with. So you can define your project like this, right? So well, thank you so very much for watching this. Have a good time and happy learning. If you have any further questions, so please do write in comment box. I shall be happy to assist you on that.